Minecraft originally had one goal: to defeat the Ender Dragon. It was Minecraft's first boss, and to this day remains one of the most fearsome foes for the player to face. But as players grew smarter and more experienced at the game, the dragon became less of a challenge and more of a target to hit. Speedrunners found ways to optimize strategies so they could quickly take out the dragon. Since then, Minecraft has had two more bosses added to it: the Wither and the Warden. Both of these foes are incredibly fearsome and a lot more difficult to take out lightly. Meanwhile, the Ender Dragon hasn't had a meaningful update to it in forever, making the overall game less challenging since the Ender Dragon is still the end goal, and the Wither and the Warden are bosses that you can avoid if you want to. So I wasn't super happy with how relatively weaker the Ender Dragon felt. Because of that, I searched for a data pack to upgrade the Ender Dragon, and I found this one by Mr. Genie 151. It makes the fight feel way more like the final boss, and after testing it out, I wanted to share with you. I'll be showing you the fight and linking the data pack in the description so you can try it yourself. Before I get into the video though, if you enjoy it, please consider checking out some of the other videos on my channel. You will probably like those too. The fight starts by showing you the Ender Dragon's title after you land your first hit on the dragon. From there, the start remains the same and so does the fight. You have to take out the crystals so that the Ender Dragon can't regenerate health. But this becomes a lot harder when you consider the first of the Ender Dragon's many new abilities that this data pack gives it. It's able to make the Endermen on the island attack you. And well, I know you guys can look around, but I'm going to spoil it a bit for you. There's a lot of Endermen, and with the amount there are, the fight becomes so much more challenging and fun. You're also going to notice that the Ender Dragon has yet another trick up its sleeve. Well, Ender Dragons don't have sleeves, but you know what I mean. The Ender Dragon is able to shoot fireballs at you. These fireballs, they wouldn't normally be hard to dodge, but there's like Endermen and Ender Zombies attacking you at the same time, so it's really hard to focus on the Ender Dragon as well, so these fireballs might catch you if you aren't constantly moving. Now, the dragon still perches like normal, but you're going to notice that beds don't hurt it as much. That's because the dragon has had its health buffed, making it a lot more difficult to take out. Between all of these changes, you have your work cut out for you, but there's more. Like, come on, did you think it would be that easy? This is the final boss, man. Now, we're all gamers. We recognize that when we get mad, we enter our second boss stage. The Ender Dragon is no different. Once it takes enough damage, it'll enter its rage stage. And after that, it'll respawn 3 Ender Crystals. And it should be your priority to take out these crystals as soon as possible, because otherwise it's going to regenerate so much HP. Now, since it's enraged, it gains some more abilities. If you thought the first phase was hard, do I have news for you. The Ender Dragon is now able to teleport, and I can tell you right now that you are going to lose your mind keeping track of where the Ender Dragon is, especially with how many zombies and Endermen you're likely to have on you. You also have to take out crystals, so this might seem overwhelming, but to help you out, I'm going to let you in on a secret. It's only going to teleport to crystal locations. It's still difficult, but it's not as bad as it could be. The Ender Dragon also gets 2 new attacks once it's enraged. It is now able to rain anvils on you as well as strike you with lightning. Now, these attacks honestly aren't that bad because the fight will warn you before this happens, so just make sure to get out of the way so you don't get hurt, because those things honestly hurt quite a bit. And finally, if you know anything about me, you know that I waited this entire video to tell you the best change, because let's be honest, I say the best for last, that's how I roll. Since the Ender Dragon is a boss, it only makes sense that there's a mini boss, and the mini boss comes in when the Ender Dragon becomes enraged. The mini boss is honestly super scary. It looks like a skeleton, and no, I didn't say it's scary just because of the spooky scary skeleton song. This video is going up in January, it's not October. I'm saying it because it's able to attack you from a distance, but it also has insane knockback, so you have to be really careful with where you are, because if it hits you when you're too close to the void, you might just fall in. With all of these changes, you have your work cut out for you. Minecraft is not as easy anymore. You have to play smart, have the right gear, and work really hard to beat the Ender Dragon. If you can, though, you get the Ender Dragon's head, which is neat. Like, look at me right now. I also recommend it if you're going to play with like any friends or anything. The game honestly becomes so much more challenging and so much more fun. Once again, the link to the data pack is in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, again, I would really appreciate it if you checked out the other videos on my channel, because I think you're gonna like them too. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.